Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Ultra League and let's try to get some wins here. So we're going to be using a slightly different variation of Guzzlord paired with the Shadow Nidoqueen and the Shadow Skuntank in the back. So double fairies in the back. We're going to stay in for now as we can throw this crunch here back at this Licky. The Licky, if it's running Shadow Ball, is only going to be throwing Body Slams. So they do go for the Body Slam right there. Luckily, we are able to tank that. We're going to continue throwing our fast moves and then looking to try to get to another move here. Go for this Dragon Claw. Try to get it low enough or get a shield. Our opponent does allow it to go through. Our opponent here is going to be able to throw another Body Slam though. So we're going to switch out here immediately. Try to get an energy advantage and we're going to see what they have in the back for this Skuntank. Looks like the Heliolisk here is going to struggle against our Skuntank because we did get that extra energy advantage. We are going to be applying pressure here. We go for the crunch. They decide to shield. We're going to allow this first move to go through. Ends up being the Breaking Swipe. Breaking Swipe does get us debuff, so we are doing less damage now. But we are so close to another move, we decided to end up shielding once, and then we're going to throw another move here. This crunch here will get it into... Okay, they actually let it go, and we are able to clean up. And it looks like they are forced to use some energy here. Little do they know, we have another poison type in the back, and we do have this Nidoqueen matched up against their Clefable, and they decided GG squid right there. So, well played by us, able to kind of whittle the Licky down, get some energy advantage with our backline Pokemon, and luckily the Nidoqueen had a good matchup. Alright, we got the Guzzlord versus this Tentacruel here. We are going to stay in for now. Both of us are doing some neutral fast move pressure. We have to watch out with the potential Blizzard from the Tentacruel. We're going to throw the crunch here to try to get a debuff. We do grab the defense debuff and now the pressure is on. Does our opponent throw the Blizzard or do they go for the bait? Oh, looks like they go for the bait. Now, we just have to make sure we... okay, they actually threw this pretty early. This is going to be another Skull. So they are just going to allow this Tentacruel to go down. And let's see what they have in the back. So far, we have a good advantage. Oh, they have the Fairy in the back. So we're going to switch out immediately into the Skuntank. They decide to stay in for a little bit. And then they switch out into their Guzzlord. We're going to go for this Trailblaze here because it buffs our fast move pressure. And then you can see right here, we are going to be able to get to another move. Crunch here does grab a shield from our opponent and debuffs them. So that's really good for us. Our opponent here is going to be able to throw immediately. This Dragon Claw here has to be shielded because we have so much energy on our own Guzzlord that we don't want this energy to go to waste. This does grab the last shield from our opponent as well. And they go for the extra sneak. But we did have back-to-back Dragon Claw. So this is going to take out their Guzzlord. And then we're going to be able to match up our Nidoqueen onto their Sylveon. They are going to be able to get to a move though. This Side Shock is super effective. Is it enough to take us out? No, it's not. So GG's to our opponent able to get to this Poison Ping right here to take out their Sylveon. And luckily, we avoided the Sylveon onto our Guzzlord in the front. So back-to-back games there. Fairies lurking in the back right now. Kind of disrupting all of the Polys, all of the Dragons, Guzzlord, etc. Alright, here we go. We got the Guzzlord versus the Clefable. Here comes the Fairy in the front. This is an easy switch out. We're going to go into the Skuntank here. Let's see what they have for it. We are doing a lot of fast move damage right now. They finally decided to throw a move. Ends up being the Swift or so. Okay, it looks like our opponent here does use their Greninja for a counter. But we do have the Trailblaze for them. That was a nice little surprise by us. Able to get that super effective damage through. Boost up our attack. And then we're going to be able to farm down. So looks like the Skuntank was a core breaker for their team. And good news for us. We come back from a terrible lead against that Fairy type. Alright, next game. We have the Guzzlord versus the Guzzlord. Okay. So this situation here, we are going to stay in because we don't necessarily have a good counter to it in the back. Ooh, they just had to switch out immediately into the Cobalion. So we're going to throw this crunch here. It is a resistant move, trying to get a debuff. Okay, we do grab a debuff, which is beneficial for us. Now we're going to go into our Nidoqueen because we can resist all of the moves from this Cobalion. Stone Edge does get used. We resist that easily. And now we're going to apply the pressure. After this move here, they're either going to have to shield or it's going to KO because we're going to build up to the Earth Power. So let's see what our opponent ends up doing. Okay, they decided to let it go. Makes sense. And now we're just going to make sure we throw on good timing. They are going to throw this Dragon Claw here. Oh, it has to be in the Crunch. So the Crunch does take us out. And now we know that they use a good amount of energy. We're going to come back in here with the Guzzlord. They actually have the Skeledirge in the back. Skeledirge here is dealing a lot of neutral fast moves right now. And we're purposely allowing them to throw this first move because we want to build up to 2 crunches. Disarming Voice does get revealed. We're going to throw here right before they get to another Incinerate through. This is certainly going to get a shield. And then we're going to go for the back-to-back to try to CAP tie. And looks like we did successfully do that. This is going to grab that last shield. And they're going to have to expend a bunch of energy right here. This Disarming Voice does take us out, but we at least have the advantage because we have a little bit of energy with the Guzzlord. We have to shield here. Are they going to allow us? Okay, they actually are not going to allow us to get the extra farm. They go straight into their Guzzlord. We have a Dragon Claw ready, and we're looking for the farm now. We do grab the farm now. We're 1 away from the Crunch. Yes, we do grab the Crunch because they have to get to at least 1 more Incinerate, and boom, down goes the Skeledirge. So, well played by us. They actually had a decent backline for our team, but luckily, our Guzzlord was able to get through the Skeledirge, get through their Pokemon in the front with the Guzzlord. Okay, here we go. We got the Guzzlord versus the Malamar. So far, we have a good lead as we are dealing more fast move pressure than they are. We are going to throw this Dragon Claw here, and it does chip away at the Malamar. Seeing a Malamar in the Ultra League is actually kind of wild. We're going to have to shield here. Potential Superpower does get thrown, and it does debuff their attack. So they're going to go for the back-to-back most likely. Okay, and the second one doesn't hurt as much. Ooh, the Feraligatr as a switch is kind of a problem. So we're going to stay in for now. We're going to fire off our own Crunch. Does get the debuff, and then our opponent here is forced to use some energy. Will they go for the Ice Beam or will they go for the Hydro? They decided to go for the Ice Beam, take out our Guzzlord. That's fine. We're going to go into our Nidoqueen here, trying to get the farmed out. Because it did get debuffed, we are able to farm down that. We're going to go for this Poison Fang here. Will it get a shield? Yes, it does. They're going to switch out into their Tentacruel. So Tentacruel here, not necessarily the best counter to this Nidoqueen. We are going to apply the pressure going for this Earth Power immediately. It does go through, so now they are in range of a potential farm down. We're going to allow this to go through. Ends up being the Skull, easily takes us out. And now we have an opportunity to try to snipe their energy. We're going to go for this Crunch right when they get to their Skull. This is going to get the shield or it's going to get the KO. They decide to let it go. And then now we have the Skuntank versus the Malamar. All we have to do in this situation is shield properly. And then we should be able to win. So Superpower does get used, debuffs them, and then we are able to farm down with a fast move. So nice play by us. GG's to them. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.